Let's talk about Pikmin 4 on Nintendo Switch, a game that came out a few weeks ago, and I'm just doing the review on it now. Well, because I've been playing and enjoying it since its release. Now, if you've never played a Pikmin game, this new one might be the one where you want to start. If you played Pikmin before and didn't like it, well, you're probably not gonna like this one either. The core gameplay, the mechanics, the storyline, the objectives remain more or less the same, but Pikmin 4 brings with it a whole host of new tools and mechanics. The game still has a time limited aspect to it where you gotta get your tasks done before the day ends, but there's no limits to how many days you take. I mean, you can kind of take forever if you want. Even within each day though, there are some new non-time limited aspects. You now get to explore dungeons, you can enter these, and then time does slow down when you're in them. Some of these dungeons are deep, multi-level, and take some time to clear. This all means each day can last a very long time, and you can get a lot of tasks done in a single day if you plan it well. The other big new aspect of the game is your companion space dog that helps you out. Ochi, your space dog, can do a lot. It can charge at enemies, sniff out treasures. You and your Pikmin can even ride the dog as a mount. It can gather up your Pikmin for you. You can summon it. You can ask it to go back to base. I mean, there's a lot of functions here. As you progress through the game, you gather more resources. Ochi actually grows, and it also has its own skill tree as it levels up. Switching between the dog and Pikmin is seamless and brings a new dimension to the gameplay. There's also new gadgets and features to unlock as you progress through the game. For example, there's a drone that lets you pause the game and fly around the map to scope out treasures. There's also a Pikmin whistle that lets you gather and call all the standby abandoned Pikmin to your location. All of this means you have a lot of different ways to play the game and complete objectives. Other than the caves, there's also these Danduri battles. These are essentially a race against time to gather the most resources. There's actually a separate mode for this where you can battle against your friends. It is limited to local multiplayer only, and I think this is where they missed out on utilizing Nintendo Switch Online multiplayer for these battles. The main story, the main campaign also does have two-player co-op mode. I mean, at least it says that in the menu, but that feature, the co-op, is just really disappointing, and one of the main things that Pikmin fans have been complaining about on this game. The co-op experience is really limited. The second player will just be an observer bystander most of the time. Another negative I found with the game is its difficulty. The game is just too easy. It really doesn't have any challenge to it until maybe the later stages of the game where it does get a little bit more difficult. I wish they had a difficulty setting, but I can understand why that wouldn't work as well because of the way the game's just set up overall. Some people have also been complaining about the auto lock feature this has. I personally found it not as intrusive, so I was okay with it, but some of you that are used to the old style with no auto lock or having the ability to turn it off, you might be disappointed. Visually, the game is a bit of an upgrade over Pikmin 3 Deluxe. It does look better, and it's no longer this straight top-down view. You do get a much more closer look at the characters, a higher detail in the environments. It is, however, still a 30 FPS experience, just like all the other Pikmin games. It's a pretty solid lock 30 though, without any performance issues. I know it's not 60, but for an RTS game like this, 30 FPS is more than enough. The overall experience feels polished, as you would expect from a Nintendo first-party game. There's essentially no odd bugs or performance issues. If you're someone that's always wanted to try the Pikmin series, then I highly recommend Pikmin 4. It is the best game out of all four, and you don't really need to have played the older games to try this one. Other than the few minor setbacks I mentioned, it's a good game that'll give you at least 30 to 40 hours of entertainment. If you love single-player experiences, RTS games, cute, toony aesthetics, and easy, relaxing gameplay, then Pikmin 4 is for you.